Oh yeah, now it's a show. Now I get it. Ow!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by John Stamos.
I have to say, you're more handsome in person.
Oh my gosh, I will take that.
I'm
and
not
that
kidding.
is such a compliment coming from you.
I didn't know what to expect when I walked in here, but I saw you on TV, but you're just tall and you're
Oh, thank you so much. Wow. All right, well, let me get to you, John. He's an actor, producer, and pop culture icon you know from shows like Full House, General Hospital, ER, and many more, and he also has a brand new memoir on the way, doing a funny, brutally honest autopsy on his 40 years in Hollywood. It's called If You Would Have Told Me, and it's due out this October. John Stamos, welcome to the show.
Thank you. If you would have told me that I would be eating hot wings with you today.
Who would have believed it? Who would have believed it?
Who would think that a show like this would be so popular?
I'm just as shocked.
Like an insult,
I'm just as shocked as you. Yeah.
I love watching it. I love Earl was great on here.
Oh, thank you.
And I know you had my friend Bob on, which was really beautiful.
Love that episode.
I'm fascinated by this and by you. Were you an interviewer or something before?
Yeah.
Because you're so smart, man, and you rattle off these questions. You got some notes, but.
Well, we'll see today. Maybe I'll blow the whole mystique for you.
I don't think so.
Only time will tell. You ready to get started?
I guess. Oh, the handle. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, so. What? It's not very ladylike to.
Oh no, I get it.
But I'm not. That's great.
Your memoir, If You Would Have Told Me, is chock full of encounters with some of the true old legend titans of Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of celebrity memoirs, but I think the difference with you is that you'll maintain a relationship with Sammy Davis Jr. You'll become friends with Don Rickles. Mm-hmm. Do you have any tips for fostering mentors or older friends? Like, it just seems like a good life skill to have for anyone who's just trying to mainline a little wit and wisdom.
I recommend it. Find some old, crusty guy that will tell you the truth. Sadly, I've lost a lot of my good ones, but I just paid attention to him. Like Rickles, he became like a second father to me. He lost his son, which was really sad, but I always wanted it's kind of a weird thing because I wanted the best for him all the time. I was on ER at the time, and he was watching it. He said, "How do you learn all those lines?" I said, "Why don't you just learn them?" And I went to the producers and said, "Let's get Rickles on here. It'd be great, Okay, and they wrote him this big, beautiful part. I know he would have won an award for it. And he the night before he was supposed to start, the publicist calls, Don's not doing it. What do you mean Don's not doing it? It starts tomorrow. He backed out and I looked like an idiot, And he called, he didn't talk to me for like a couple weeks. And I was waiting for an apology and we talked for a little while, We used to talk like schoolgirls. We talked for an hour on the phone. And finally at the end, he said, "Hey, I'm sorry I didn't do that show." I said, "Okay, Don, you can't argue with him." He goes, "John, I couldn't remember those lines and I didn't want to embarrass you." I said, "It's okay, Don, I love you." He used to say, "Keep my name alive, I'll keep my name alive." So here we're keeping his name alive. What's the weirdest thing that's happened on the show?
Oh, so many weird things. Like Aubrey Plaza snorted milk. I remember one time. Gordon Ramsay had like a milk fire extinguisher that he blasted at me from across the table. He had like a whole Mary Poppins bag of antidotes. Me and Dave Grohl actually.
I thought I got drunk and everything.
Yeah, we did shot for shot, wing for wing, ended up cleaning out an entire bottle of Crown Royal. And that was like a 10 a.m. shoot, by the way. Just stumbling out of this studio.
I want to drink with a rock star,
Crazy things have happened. So no matter what you're going through on the show, just know that way weirder shit is happening.
I'm erect. I'm erect right now. Has that happened?
So as a comedy nerd, I've heard you talk about how much you learned on the Full House set working with comics like Bob and Dave.
Yeah.
Do you have a sense of what makes a show like Full House work on a foundational level or the non-negotiables when it comes to crafting a sitcom that endures?
The Full House was I hated that show.
I've heard you talk
I mean,
about it.
obviously I ended up loving it, but it was sort of pitched to me as Bosom Buddies. It was Jeff Franklin who worked on Bosom Buddies and Miller and Boyette, and Bosom Buddies with a couple kids in the background. And as we're casting it, they're spending a lot of time casting these kids that are going to be in the background. And we did a table read of it, and I was the star. I was coming off of General Hospital, and all the mothers were, And I come in, hey, how you doing? Big shot, like a thing. And we sit down and we start reading, and Jodie Sweetin, who plays Stephanie, reads her lines, and people are dying laughing. I mean, screaming. I was like, what's happening here? Like, what was? And I was slowly, it's like she was getting confidence, and like, boom, knock him, home run. And I'm like, they couldn't even hear my lines. They were laughing so hard at her. And I'm like slinking down on my seat like this. Okay. And I run out to I never forget, I run out to the lobby where the Century Plaza Hotel, and I'm digging in my pocket for quarters. I'm jam crying to get me the fuck off this show to my agents. And then we were like, well, should we give it a try? And then Bob came in, and I fought it for a long time. And then I finally said, what am I doing? It's a beautiful show. We built with sweetness and kindness. The show, there was no central character on that show is what I realized. The central character was love. And we were the best representation of a loving family, not a normal family. And it was the new normal was now an unconventional family. So I guess that was it. I don't know. Krabby Shack. Here?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Sean. I have a wig on tonight, and I'm posting lemon pepper sauce, sweet sauce, hot sauce. You don't even know what you're eating anymore.
I don't. I have no idea.
Have you noticed I've really only taken sort of a slight bite out of each? Anybody have a spit? Do you have a?
Well, there's a little can over there.
I won't do that.
But it's there in case you need to, all right? Never say never. So in 2010, you won a Golden Icon Award for your performance in the Broadway revival of Bye Bye Birdie.
I did?
What did you find that you gained from the stage that you hadn't yet experienced on a TV set?
It was like nothing else. You can do television, you do movies, you do concerts. They all happen at different times. But in that 8-block radius where all the theaters are, at 8 o'clock, like everybody's gearing up to be entertained at 8, and all the entertainers are getting ready to entertain, and it all happens right at 8 o'clock. There's a spark that you can feel. Like, never felt that before. I'm boring you.
No, I'm not.
This is one of the most boring. People out there going, theater, what? These kids, they don't know theater. But I did something with Nick Jonas.
You did a Gore Vidal play with legends. You're the Angela Lansbury and James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones, that was good. Hands down, the greatest living actor of my generation. And it was the last night, and I said, James, you really gave me legitimacy working with you and being in the show, and it's really taken me away from that, this mullet-headed thing that I used to do, and I'm proud of you. So we go out, just as I'm finishing that, stage door opens, and people are out there for autographs screaming, Uncle Jesse, say have mercy. And I couldn't even look at him. I was so embarrassed. I was like, okay. And as I look over, and then I hear him, I think, they go, James, say, Luke, I am your father. Luke, same thing.
Right, yeah.
And I look at him, and we just start laughing, and it was a beautiful moment, which kind of goes back to the philosophy. It's like, you can't fight it,
Yeah.
But did I answer your question? Fuego. That means hot. I remember, I used to work with my dad. Did anybody just pass out? That'd be funny. That's no problem. I got it. I should do that.
Yeah.
Pretend I didn't say that. I used to work at my dad's restaurant in Orange County, and we had these little green peppers, like these little chili peppers.
Yeah.
Big thing of them, And I'm eating those. These are good. I'm putting my hands on it. And then one day I went to the restroom, put my hands out. Oh no, that last one just came back up.
Yeah.
And I haven't eaten hot stuff since he passed away. Where are your parents at?
My mom's passed, but my dad's still around.
Where?
In Chicago, yeah.
We play at Ravinia a lot. Do you ever go to that?
Yeah, he loves Ravinia. He's season pass. I think he was there the other night.
Tell him, can we get him on the phone?
Maybe. Hold on, let me grab my phone.
Is he funny?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's camera ready.
Is he sleeping?
We'll give it a shot. Hold on, I'll just put this on speaker.
Chicago, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hey, son. How's it?
Come on.
Hey there.
Hey, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
I'm happy you picked up. Hey,
What are you wearing?
I'm going to put you on the phone with John Stamos. You're actually on the show right now, okay? I'm going to put you on the
What's
phone
his
with
name?
John Stamos. Mike.
Oh, hi, Mr. Evans. It's John Stamos.
Hi, John.
Meanwhile, he's going, who the fuck is this? Who's John Stamos? I was just talking about, I'm on your son's show. Are you proud of him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's quite a show. I play with the Beach Boys, and we're at Ravinia every other year. Have you seen the?
I've heard you play drums with the Beach Boys at Ravinia.
He does know who I am. Oh, you have? Thank you. Your son said you have season tickets and stuff.
Not season tickets, but like season
We
tickets.
don't have season tickets, but we go several times a year. And I do remember you being there with the Beach Boys last time we were down there. So
Cool.
The last time that we saw the Beach Boys.
Anytime we're there, you have front row seats, backstage passes on me. I would love to meet you and see you after or before the show, and maybe even get on stage and sing Bob Moran with us.
I'll take you up on that.
But thank you, sir. Very nice to meet you.
I think we can destroy the history of the Beach Boys harmonies. It'll be wonderful.
I've already done that, so. Hey, nice to talk to you, and I'll see you at the next Ravinia show, maybe, huh?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, take care.
Your son's making a lot of money, by the way, so.
Somebody has to.
All right, love you.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right, bye.
That's great that you said I love you. That's so beautiful. Whoa. That's good. I still love wings. I just don't eat them that much anymore because, television.
I get it. It's a cross I bear over here. I was fascinated by your Grand Scheme podcast where you talked about the kidnapping of Frank Sinatra Jr.,
Yeah.
a story that somehow flew under my radar, even
Yeah.
as a true crime obsessive.
Okay.
This story is really like a Martin McDonagh film. There are so many absurd twists and turns. A part for me that made me laugh was it's like, Frank Sinatra says, I'll give you $1 million.
Yeah, right.
Give me back my son.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, $1 million?
Yeah.
We don't need $1 million. We just want like 240,000.
Yeah, it was part of the script. It was part of the script, and the dummy who was talking to Sinatra, he said, how much do you want? And the guy says, 260. And the FBI was on the phone. It's $260 million. What the fuck? All I have is $1 million. No, it's just $260,000. They're, what? Yeah, it was crazy. It was, and I sold it as I brought him into Netflix. We sold it on, right away. But this dummy wanted $1 million per episode and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Netflix, get out of here. And then I let it go for a while, and then I couldn't let it go, so I did that podcast. But I'm glad you knew about it. But yeah, you should do this in a pool for the season. What season? 21?
21, yeah.
Let's add an element. Strip club.
Oh.
Trying to get you laid.
Thanks. I need all the help I can get over here.
Me and Saget and Coulier went to a strip club early on. The show got picked up for another season or something. We were in Culver City, working Culver City. Let's go to a strip club. And Bob was always very like, I'm too famous. It's all right. Put a hat on or something. Don't worry, I know the guys there. I'll take care of this. And Bob's got a hat thing. And we get there, and okay, go do it. Just go on the back. Okay, thank you. Walk. And coming in here live, look at this, the boys from Full House. It's Uncle Jesse, Joey, and Danny. Give them a big round of applause. Bob's like, oh. Hot Ones live at the Rhino.
At the Spearman Rhino.
How'd you know?
I don't know. I guessed.
So you live in New York? Why did you go to New York to be a journalist? Or in
Yeah.
New York? And who's your favorite, Howard? Who are the old guys? That you
The most formative people, Letterman, Howard, and then I used to listen to Loveline every night. Adam Carolla.
Jimmy was Jimmy.
Jimmy was that was probably like my Mount Rushmore growing
Oh, really?
up. Like I was like a weird kid. Like I'd put like Howard on like tape or like whatever and like bring it to
Right.
school and like listen to it at recess and shit like that.
Really?
Like, fucking weird. Yeah.
Your
Or like
parents
my dad was like a huge Letterman fan,
Uh.
and then he would tape like all the episodes for the week,
Oh,
and then
right.
he'd binge them on the weekend, and I'd like watch them
You
with
watch it with him?
them and have him explain the jokes, like my mom's explaining songs. Like that was the
That's
whole
so
thing.
cool.
So yeah.
Do you remember the scene in Howard's movie, Private Parts?
Parts?
I felt like did you talk about it in an interview where you said when he came down as Fart Man and the whole thing?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at you.
Yeah, what was it? Because I didn't get the analogy.
So what I was saying is like when we did this show early on, like, you know, it was the more like, why did my publicist put me on this freak show? When they walk into the room, right? So that's how I was like making the comparison to Fart Man. Fart Man comes down, the whole crowd is going nuts. He blows up the podium with a giant fart. Everyone's going crazy. And then he walks backstage and everyone's disgusted with him. You know what I mean? So that's what I was kind of like.
Right. And well, that's how he was on the radio. People shit on him. They thought, oh, he's a dirty asshole, you know, and then all of a sudden he did. But here's my question for you. Who, in that scene, he comes down, and it's MTV, right? And
it's MTV Movie Awards.
And what's his name? Who introduces him? It was
oh, good question.
like he goes, hey, ladies and gentlemen, oh yeah, it was me. Good research, you asshole. God, he's well, who was it? You know, I spend the whole week researching every person that comes in.
Oh, I didn't watch Private Parts. I didn't watch Private Parts.
What do you mean you didn't watch it? You just talked about it.
I didn't, not this week. Sorry, I watched it not this week, dude. I'll tell you what.
But you know the thing well enough to be quoting it and comparing it to you.
I'll tell you what I did watch.
Go ahead.
Never Too Young to Die.
We got to talk about that.
All right, fine, let's talk about that.
But the story on that was that Luke Perry did it. Did anybody throw that at you in one of these shows? Luke Perry was the guy who did it on MTV for Howard. And Luke Perry was, I'm too big to be on to work with you, Howard, on this shitty movie that you're doing. So he calls me at the last minute. Hey, Stamos, could you do me a favor? Like he bailed. Could you do it? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I flew out there. Me and Slash were there all day drinking beer, and it was great.
That's amazing.
But you didn't. I wasn't that. I guess
you schmuck baited me.
But you didn't know that. You would have said. You know the scene,
well,
John.
I was in this. Yeah, I'm picturing the scene. I already know. It's like a low camera shot. Right. It's like to the ceiling, the blue on the stage.
And then
like
somebody
blah,
introduces
blah, blah.
them. Like,
someone introduces them. Who was it? Who was it? Was it Rob Lowe?
Funny. So all the comedians that bet on her have rubbed off on you. You know? That was good, Rob. Okay. Do you ever have co-hosts on this thing?
No, why? Are you auditioning?
Yeah.
This is like, wow. Are you for real?
I'm fine. That was a joke. I do my own stunts. It's not that bad.
You're taking it better than I am. This one's never easy for me. Look at you. I'm humbled on this side of the table. You're nailing this co-host audition.
You think?
Yeah.
It gets hotter. It's sneaking up.
Yeah. I know.
Oh yeah. Now it's a show. Now I get it. Ow!
I know.
Let's do anything?
I've never seen anyone try that move.
It's fine. No.
I know. Never easy.
That's 8?
That's eight. So I understand that you once outbid Michael Jackson
for
one of the original Disneyland signs.
I can't hear. There's steam coming out of my ears.
Of all the Disney memorabilia and ephemera that you've collected over the years, is there one that you would call your holy grail?
That's what I get. You guys set me up, didn't you?
Schmuck baited you.
Mm-hmm. All these were just normal ones from Knott's Berry Farm. Right?
I know.
Disney they had a warehouse full of stuff. The first thing on the auction was a big, gigantic sign outside of Harbor Boulevard. Michael Jackson wanted it. It was going to go for $1 million. And I forgot about it, and then I was in my office, and I put it on, and I was like, oh shit, I'm winning this thing. I think it was like an hour left. Refresh. Called my business. I said, I think I'm going to win this sign, 32 grand. I was like, okay. How big is it? I think 14 by 8. No, 14 inches by 14 feet. But each letter is 14. It just gets hotter as you're talking.
I know.
14 feet by 8 feet. So they had to, helicopter it in. And, ow. This is what killed Saget, isn't it? He would do that joke if he was alive, to me. He wouldn't have waited a year and a half either.
Keep it alive. Keep the name alive.
He would say the worst things. Yeah, that was terrible. And what goes into? Okay.
Here we go.
So it's hotter, but not as.
It's hot, but it's not like the last one.
Okay.
Not like the last
No.
one. Is it true that you watched Bobby Knight to study the best way to throw a chair when you took on the role of a temperamental basketball coach in the Disney Plus show Big Shot?
You don't even have cue cards either. You know that stuff. I'm not being funny. Like, you're so good at this. Are you a sports guy?
I am a sports guy. I know you're not a sports guy.
Not
It's
in the
interesting then to me that you'd like, you're spending time with Jerry West, you're studying the film on Bobby Knight, and I'm curious as like a non-sports guy how you kind of like absorb that.
I had an easier time with the medical jargon on ER than sports stuff on Big Shot. So I just did my research. I studied, and a friend of mine knew Jerry West, so I went to meet him. And hello, Mr. West, thanks for allowing me to come to this rehearsal today. And he was like, first of all, it's not rehearsal, it's practice.
He called practice
like an idiot. And those aren't costumes; they're uniforms. And he was funny, and I did some jokes about him, like on talk shows when I was trying to promote it, how dumb I was. And he said, and then he went on something and said, he was so convincing, he was so real. I was so proud of him. He really seemed like a real coach. Jerry West was managing the Clippers, right? And I thought they were a college team, and that pissed him off. Like, they're not, right?
No.
Oh, no, I thought they were pros. No,
They are pros.
Oh,
They are
see?
pros.
And I thought they were college because I played a college, coach. I thought maybe, it's a college team.
All right, John.
Yeah. This is great fun. Thanks for having me. All right, this is the last one. Will you send anything home with me?
You get all the sauces. You get go ahead. Take a look around.
Okay. Have you ever got this in your eye or anything?
Yeah, every hot sauce mistake that you can make, I've made. Like when you told that story about the green chilies and whatever, I've done that cross-pollination mistake. I've gotten sauce in my eyes. Everything. Every possible hot sauce mistake you can make.
Cheers.
Cheers, John.
You ever people do that?
The Wings of Death, John. A distant memory, all right? You've taken on the Hot Ones gauntlet, lived to tell the tale, and to close things out, what I want to do is put you to the test a little bit. We have a couple pairs of drumsticks here. I'm curious if you can teach me some sort of drumstick trick, which might be a challenge with our fingers soaked in hot sauce over here.
Okay.
But let's give it a shot.
Wow, I thought we were gonna eat more wings. What do you want to learn?
Whichever.
Do you want to try a paradiddle? Because
let's try it.
That's a common. So it's right, left, right, left, left. Right, left. That's good. That's hard.
There we go.
I broke the table. You want to learn how to spin them? Here, put the stick. Here, put it like halfway through there. Now just kind of whip it around like.
Oh, how'd you do that?
Well, like this.
Oh, wow.
See?
That's incredible.
Yeah. Now I know why you didn't have I'm kidding. I had, but this will get you chicks. We should come over. I'll give you good drum lessons.
All right, well, I'll take you up on that, John Stamos. And look at you, taking on the Wings of Death, living to tell the tale, and now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, this camera, this camera, this camera, this camera. Let the people know what you have going on in your life.
Oh, I saw this bit. I have a book called If You Would Have Told Me. And that's it. But I'm going to tell, what I have going on is this episode is going to be airing soon, and I'm going to have a whole party. That's why I want to take some of these when I leave. I'm going to have a party, and everyone, I'll make everyone, do it, play along at home.
Love that.
Will you come over?
I will definitely. I will be there. I will be there.
Thank you, buddy. What a pleasure.
You did so good.
I did?
You're a fucking
He just said they're never going to air it. He whispered in my ear. This is so great. Did I get the job?
You're hired.
You're beautiful. You have beautiful eyes.
Hey, what's going on, Hot Ones fans? This is Sean Evans. And if you've ever watched Hot Ones and wondered to yourself, How hot are those sauces really? I could get through that with no water or milk. Well, now is the time to put your money where your mouth is. The Hot Ones Season 21 lineup is now available in its entirety at heatness.com. Heatness.com. That's heatness.com to get your hands on the Season 21 Hot Ones hot sauce lineup. Milk not included. Be careful around the eyes and get them while they're hot.